Unbelievable. A witcher in Novigrad. What will the priest say?
Ugh, there's no fucking end to this world. No strength for anything.
Could it be that all road...
I'm curious.
Certainly.
Up for a round?
Why, yes. fail to understand how I lost that.
Know any other players?
In Novigrad.
You are the famed Geralt of Rivia, are you not? Sarah, what is this?
Oh! How dare you!
Ooh.
Yes, yes.
What? The fair Geralt of Rivia. I've lots to do before it gets dark.
I do not know how I will ever repay you, Witcher.
Don't expect to be paid. Hope you're feeling better, that's all.
Oh, yes, I feel my strength returning thanks chiefly to Barnabas Basil's care.
Horrible ordeal you endured. Glad I cut it short.
Yes, years of suffering. Do you know what was worse than the hunger? Watching my loved ones, my children grow old and die. All my family's long gone now. The last of my kin perished decades past. I fear
This is a big house, big estate.
Truly?
Yeah,
After all I've suffered, the...
don't see a problem if that's your dream. You could help Barnabas Bat.
Nothing could make me happy.
No, thank you.
I've one other thing I'd like to tell you, if you wish to find them.
Do just that. See you later.
Take care with...
Nothing says love
Irish the hero we can afford. Witcher, open the unbeliever's eyes.
I've lots to do.
The book
before it
of
gets
lust
dark.
is hard and girthy. No one can
A
grip
knight's
the
errant?
pen.
They're so heroic. We had to summon a witch.
Giddy up. Might want to look around some. Nothing interesting here. This one's full too. Full. Nothing interesting here. This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Nothing interesting here. Full. Strange. That's awful pretty. It'll look great in the house. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
My hand shakes so bad, I cannot hold my tools.
I've sweat dripping down my bum.
We all await. You are holding things up.
Yeah, ready to...
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must
This vampire. Have you ever faced its...
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure. But he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
You, hey, with the blades on your back. Help us! Look, monsters all about.
Hunters have attacked the wagon!
Take it easy.
We must help!
Stay back, your grace. We shall see to this.
Back, you beast! Begone!
This shall be your final fight.
Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate
Thank
we
you.
happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Come on, Roach. Tell me more about this vineyard. Castel Ravello.
It's the best in Oltusan. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visit.
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of... Especially since the rogue lap.
I trust her illustrious high...
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your grace?
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I...
This is an inspection. We've got questions. You'll...
Oh, and who are you, sir?
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Saint-Réal?
I am at your service.
The Saint-Réal.
One might...
Not like you make the wine all alone.
I see you. The workers. Workers, again, at the wine...
Who hauls the...
We've our own garrison.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions,
Your Grace?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to some... Either you lie to our face, or you are an
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall Remind me. I shall find it. Give me the key.
Oh.
Come, Witcher.
We shall wait here, Master Fabricio.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said...
Saint-Réal. 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Want to open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Full. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sanrial? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start. Ready.
Step aside.
So?
I'd recognize this taste anywhere. This one is good. Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Why did you do...
I couldn't resist.
Is what I
wished to buy back my family's estate. I shall tell you everything.
Who'd you sell the wine?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He suggested we...
This man's name...
He never revealed it. He was tall.
I've no Cintrian aristocrat.
Really thought nobody'd...
I was a fool.
Wine itself.
We met under... I had hauled the...
That's it? At the...
That is to say, a few...
That's enough. No...
Your Grace.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Cintrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to For
once, I agree with you.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before...
Fine. it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my sick?
That was the plan.
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would...
At your service.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment.
Don't need to like each other. Just...
If that's how you... At any rate, I see the... Let us go to her grave.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The Master's eye fattens the calf. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. Captain.
Who sent you?
His name is...
Once again.
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Sure can.
In that case, he's all...
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels.
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port.
Who hired?
He'll...
Oughta be worried about me.
Go on, man.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know any...
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian.
Yes, Your Grace.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended.
I'll join you. We'll meet there.
We shall await your arrival.
That dog's ass.
Greetings.
What do you have on offer? Farewell.
Good luck. Greet.
Would you craft some?
Of course.
Farewell.
Good luck.
I'll show you.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Reset.
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but he managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman, and it was he who specified the victims for the vampire.
Still don't know this Centrion's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the...
Need to find the Centrion, whether or not he's responsible for the Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Centrion does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a
Don't care. Down to business. You learn it?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who... We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign... There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on...
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted.
The same. We went to her home immediately. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception.
Gotta nab the
You read my mind.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about...
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of...
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place. Geralt, you must don appropriate...
Audacious rat, the Cintrian.
Ooh!
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Under Duke Raymond's rule, such troubles were simply
I could go.
Eat, drink, and loosen your belts. For you
That
are
Witcher's rather handsome.
Sacre bleu. It's a...
Excuse me?
There is no excuse.
In the mood for a round of...
Well,
All just...
I'm...
Thanks.
Ever your servant, sir.
If I weren't just a lowly guardsman.
Nice tune.
Reginald Dalby has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now. Available from me alone.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Let's go. Sword.
Mm-hmm. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were...
You are admirers, I suppose.
It cannot be easy to identify any...
I don't know.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kavit.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are... Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black...
Got her. Doesn't wear...
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia...
We must throw off the narratives. Venture beyond the bounds of caution.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Waiting.
Ah, how beautiful. Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good to the dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat tired.
Please go.
But what if it doesn't come?
Cecilia never should have. We are busy. But are you sure?
It's on everyone's lips. Fortitudes, leave us be.
Do not disturb.
It's...
Of course it is.
Need to talk to your mod.
To me?
Lie still.
We came here to meet...
To meet me?
Cintrian noble you came here with. Wanted to...
Cintrian noble.
Orchid,
I told you not to.
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. Like many here,
know where he might be now?
he gave Cecilia a small gift. A heart-shaped book.
Excuse me, madame.
Go on, Geralt. Be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs. Cast them at the canvas.
An artist lacks in each of us. Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are not an art.
Silence. The artist must focus. Gods! Scarlet, crimson oxblood. I say lips. Full, sensually parted lips. Quite the noble kind.
Splendid. The sky over Toussaint before the sun.
Or a
internalized fear of intimacy.
Should you tire of these humors, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
I got it.
It's the Soretor!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Blue blood is all I see.
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece. Grit, good to see you, Bella.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
To vines and to wine!
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil.
Empty, heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it. Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat it with it once.
It is irrelevant to the work's ultimate meaning.
Aren't they even? Because...
As I said, only Mandragora artists...
Come, we must consider.
I'd recognize...
You must be mistaken.
I served 15 years in the palace.
Shh. Not.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Looking for Cecilia Bella.
She's in her dressing room. Where she went?
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered. A black beard.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll...
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat.
Didn't go out the door. Go.
You must find him before...
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his...
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
fell out of the window.
Just so.
Claim the man was trying to rob you?
Yes. He stood over my dress.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint.
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed...
Why? Because I'm... a hairpin might look...
Jewel seems
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years.
Seems someone is very determined to find it.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty...
So... So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter.
Duntine. Remember the place.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to...
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an Roderick is quite...
Oriana, everything we discussed here, word gets out,
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll...
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but...
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana.
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast...
Look, the wine, the jewel, both worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
My sister, Siana. She...
What did your sister...
Siana was...
Parents run afoul of...
No. She was born at an inopportune...
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like leopards.
She was... I recall one such situation. She We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had. That Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed... In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade.
Think your sister might be in...
You see, I recall her always being
Here, that's normal for sisters.
True. I suppose. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved, someone wanted some of my wine.
A fallen princess satisfying...
Your mission has gained new import. No matter what she did.
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair.
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain.
Ah, yes.
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so... Witcher, I hear you know Regis...
Seems surprised.
I never would have suspected Regis to find common ground with a Witcher.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits.
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see, sword in hand. Talk...
It might want to apologize.
My word.
For killing. Though at times there is no choice.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this? If I understand you correctly, you would...
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful.
I believe we're running short on wine.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher,
and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Oriana.
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. But I shall tell you all about her.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based...
That's splendid news.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract...
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're...
Splendidly, Detloff. You're back.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine...
Regis. Galla... I regret all the more that I shan't finish the second bottle with you.
Your Grace.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Get... You have exceptional friends.
Don't know him too well.
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature.
So what's his?
Sensitive. Sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good...
Didn't expect...
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic...
Mm-hmm. Gotta...
I've decided my guardsmen will support... It stands along the Saône-Retour River. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at...
Do you know the colors I would see on the Duchy's banners? Red, white...
To be born in Toussaint is to be born under a lucky star.
I think I'm catching something.